It's time for more of today's top stories from the Next News Network.
Judges in Philadelphia are consulting a computer for advice on sentencing convicted offenders. The program uses an algorithm or a mathematical formula to predict whether the individual is likely to offend again. It has been used by probation and parole officers for the past 3 years and has recently been put into service in criminal courts. Although Administrative Judge Pamela Demi describes the program as a useful tool that will help judges get the sentencing right, she claims that this is not an automatic sentencing project.
Several years before he was charged with computer theft for downloading a huge volume of open-source academic files from MIT, computer prodigy Aaron Swartz obtained 2.7 million legal filings from the federal PACER archive. The FBI investigated the earlier case, but the feds declined to prosecute Swartz. PACER stands for Public Access to Court Electronic Records. Despite the fact that it deals in public records and is operated at taxpayer expense, that database is accessible only by subscription, and fees have gone up over the past decade, despite the fact that the overhead costs involved in maintaining online archives has declined dramatically.
Upset with the grade that his Spanish professor had given him on his final exam, former Columbia Juilliard student Oren Ungerleider swore at the teacher in class. A few hours later, he met with the professor and apologized. On the following day, he got a visit from Hazel May, the university's director of residential programs, who was accompanied by 3 campus security officers. May demanded that Ungerleider undergo a psychiatric examination and ordered the security guards to detain the student until the police could arrive. Ungerleider was taken to St. Luke's Hospital, where he was involuntarily committed for a month and was forcibly injected with several psychoactive drugs, including Haldol. Ungerleider, who has transferred to the Ohio State University, has filed a $5 million lawsuit.
The German government's decision to repatriate its gold holdings from banks overseas, including the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, is just one of the several moves by national governments indicating a flight away from paper money into precious metals and other commodities. Bloomberg News reports that over the past decade, Russia's central bank has acquired over 570 metric tons of gold, an amount nearly triple the weight of the Statue of Liberty. China is the runner-up with a gold reserve roughly 3/4 the size of Russia's.
You're watching the Next News Network.